The world acting. I just freaked down a friend too. She said she like it how I head do. I passed the rat right to my
new swag forever.
You guys enjoy that? You like that performance you just saw? The music you guys heard in the background of all that shit that you just saw is the topic for today's video. My nigga 5.
Pow.
Everybody clap it up for 5. Before we start, welcome to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, glad to have you back. Did you miss me? I missed you. I missed you guys. And if you're new, welcome. This is where I talk about music and music related things, songs I like, albums I fuck with, things that are going on in the music space, you know, anything music related, for real. Make sure you guys follow the socials. I'm still working on that TikTok, by the way, for any of y'all who watched the last video. I'm working on that. It's coming, I promise. All right, so today we're going to be talking about up and coming rapper 5. A little disclaimer before we carry on. While I was attempting to do research on this nigga for the video, I kind of realized that he just started, from what I could find, he just started making music like 2 years ago. And he's a relatively small artist, like just like starting out type shit. So he hasn't done any interviews that I can find. He doesn't really speak about himself too much or give any hints. So I don't even know where this nigga's from. I don't know where he's from. I don't know much about him. This video is just going to be a yap sesh, to be honest.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Which is completely okay. We're just going to be basking in the glory and the greatness of 5. I do want to talk about how I found him in the first place. It's quite interesting to me because I never really find my music in this way, but it was cool. I was doom scrolling on the YouTube, and this guy by the name of Yayyyyy came up on my recommended, and he had a video titled "What Gets You Farther, Aura or Talent?" And my dog 5 was on the talent side, of course. And this is how I know whether an artist is fire or not, or like if they're really special. The song that he pitched to be on the talent side, I had to rewind and re-listen to that bitch like 2-3 times. I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. And of course, the more I listened to it, the more I fucked with it. Like, I think that's a telltale sign of when you found a new artist, to me anyways. So after watching that video, I thought to myself, I need to do a synopsis on this nigga. Like, I started digging into his music, listening to all his shit, and I was thoroughly impressed. And then I started doing the research to make the synopsis video and realized that there is absolutely very minimal background on this man, which makes sense because he just started. And then I thought to myself, since he doesn't have any like interviews or anything really, why don't I just interview him? So if you're watching this, or maybe I'll hit you up before the video comes out, we should do an interview. We got to make that happen for the people. People want to see a 5 interview. I need a 5 interview. The people need the 5 interview. We want to know everything about you. We want to know every single little detail about your life. No, I'm playing. All right, so let's finally get into the music part. 5 has a very unique sound. I wouldn't say that he sounds like anybody. It's kind of hard to really box him into, like, compare him to other people. The closest thing that I could say is like Pierre Bourne. If you fuck with Pierre Bourne, you'll most likely like 5. And I just say that because the beat selection, this man's beat selection is actually insane. He uses horns a lot. From his most recent music, he uses horns a lot, which I really like. I fuck with that. Under all those hard ass beats, those distorted beats, those like melodic sounds and heavy ad libs, he got bars for real. Like he's really talking about something. I think that's what really got me, is the fact that he's relatable. He says relatable shit. in his music, and he really tries. Like he really tries to rap. He doesn't rely on the instrumental or like doing weird shit with his voice in the studio, you know, which I'm all for that. Like I don't mind that at all. I'm not knocking that. I love that shit actually. But it's just really cool that he also has something to say on top of all the layers that he's already providing with his music. Now I want to discuss his world building. And this is something that really stood out to me. Very impressive for somebody who's just starting out, like starting to put out music. You don't see this a lot from new artists, people that are just getting their foot in the door. You don't really see them constructing their own world through their music, you know? It usually takes a couple years, maybe more, to really build a solid world around your art. But he's done it already. And he just started making, from what I could tell, just started putting out music in 2023. So that's super impressive. One of the things that stood out to me in Five's world is actually the way he uses words in the way he spells them and the way they're used in his song titles and album titles. For example, new. He uses the word new a lot in his music, in his song titles, in his bars, spelled Neu. And I looked that up on Google. Thank you, Google. Google's your best friend, by the way. The most I could find about it, though, was that it's a German word for our English version of new. So that was super interesting. A lot of his stuff is war themed, so toy soldier themed. Yeah, he actually has an album that he released earlier this year called Volume 1, New Swag Soldier. And then he has a single that he recently released called New Swag Soldier Freestyle. So a lot of soldier theme, a lot of military theme going on there. He also used the word Jethro. In the new album, one of his song names is I Am Jethro. I looked up the meaning for that, and the only thing that I could find is that it is a biblical reference. So he's throwing biblical references in there. It basically means excellence and abundance. He actually used it again in a song called Olive Tree. He just says, I am Jethro. And now that I know what the word means, I'd have to agree with him. You are Jethro. And behind the hard ass beats and like distorted sounds and ad libs and shit, this nigga really be talking about stuff for real. And I love that because all the layers that he already provides with the instrumental, the vocal inflections and like shit like that, for him to actually be trying to speak on shit, like he just really has a message for real. Some of my favorite is this nigga talking about some.
The green money turned into blue, man. I swear that this shit started changing. The music is crying for help, and I be the one that can save it.
Shit like that. Or on one of his other songs, I'm Jethro. Like he be teaching me shit. He's like,
she in love with me like Mexican logo. Cool.
I didn't know Mexicans, the Latinx community, fuck with Goku heavy. Like that's their nigga. I did not know that. And then last one of like my favorites. On the song Live Your Life, where he's like,
how I wake up from my nap, a nigga still living his dream. This shit harder than just turn the auto-tune on and just sing. I just hope they start to understand and knowing what I mean.
Like shit like that. Amazing. And then diving into the discog, like I mentioned earlier, he has an album that came out earlier this year called Volume 1, Swag Soldier, New Swag Soldier. And then he actually has an EP that released in 2024. It's called Incoming Wave. Those are the only two projects he has out right now, but there's a bunch of singles, so a bunch of bangers for y'all to go listen to. Let me put bow, 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 bow right there. Put a couple bangers for you to go check out for yourselves. Some of my favorite songs are New Swag Soldier Freestyle, Live Your Life, Going Strong, Brand New, and Girl I Tried, Can't You See? Those are some of my favorites. I got those shits on repeat. That's about it. A shorter video for y'all this week. That's my bad. My apologies. Admittedly wasn't prepared. But I will be back next week. Make sure y'all subscribe. Like the video if you liked it. Share it with your friends so everybody can start listening. 5. Hopefully you guys go check out more of his music if you fucked with what you heard on here.